I'm Valerie Friedlander. I have the business Valerie Friedlander Coaching. I am a life business alignment coach and work with a lot of moms around productivity and creating space for the things that are important to them. To that end, I've done a lot within Google Calendar and trying to help create a plan and simplify, because the more complicated things are, the more overwhelmed we feel and the harder it is to get things done, the multitasking, blah, blah, blah. I am also a mom, and I have a first grader and a fourth grader who will both be learning at home through virtual school. So when I got the information from the teachers the other day about how, what the schedules are and what to expect, I looked at the schedule, and you can see I have one of them up right now. This is my fourth grader's schedule, but even with the first grader, I'm going to be working, and I want them to be able to be as self-sufficient as possible while they're in school. So I looked at their plan, and they have a landing pad website where they can click and go to the things, but the more clicking and figuring things out they need to do, the more help they're probably going to need from me. So I wanted one place that would give them information about where do you need to go now, because they're going to be taking attendance. They need to show up for things, unlike in the spring where it was kind of just click whenever and then go do this exercise. Now they're actually going to need to show up and be with their class and be with the teacher. And they have different classes to go to because they're in an arts magnet. So they have arts classes and PE class and health class, and then their normal classes with reading and math and writing and social studies and science and all of that. And they have different times that they do them. Some things that are going to be across the board, and some things are going to be different days. So Google Calendar allows you can activate notifications where it'll pop up when you need to be doing something. And you can also put in locations and have it be where you can just click and go to things. And I thought, wouldn't that make it simpler? So if they're already on the computer, when they're with their teacher can tell them where to go to click on things or do activities, or they'll have their writing or whatever it is. But if they need to change classrooms, they're going to need help unless they have something that's just an assistant that's hopping up and going, hey, you need to be here. So because I do so much with Google, I know that there are some really cool things you can do. And I know that not everybody uses the calendar the same way, or maybe isn't as familiar with Google Calendar. You may or may not be using Google Classroom for your kids' stuff, but we are. So if you are, this is really more geared towards you because it's going to make it easier. You probably can still do the same things if you're not, but this is, you may or may not find this to be convenient, but if you do, this is for you. So what I'm going to do is show you in this video how to walk through adding the things in. This is going to take you probably, depending on how complicated the schedule is, about half an hour or so to go through and add everything in and make it seamless. But it's going to be worth it because it's going to save you a lot of time. And you can also share the calendar with yourself. So your kids' calendar, you can share with you so that you can keep track of where they're supposed to be when. It makes things a lot easier. So let's go ahead and get started. If you look here, you'll see, obviously these times are kind of wonky. And that's the other thing is I was when I looked at it, I'm it's not 8:15 to 8:30. It's 8:15 to 8:23. I don't know how he's going to keep track of that unless something is popping up and telling him that he needs to do these things. So, morning meeting across the board. Every Monday, he has morning meeting. So, here, you'll notice this is Labor Day. So, I don't necessarily want to put it under Labor Day. So, but you know what? It doesn't matter. For simplicity's sake, we're just going to put it in there. So I'm going to go over here to 8. Okay. And I'm going to put in morning meeting. And there are lots of ways that you can do this. I could go into more options right away, but I'm not gonna. For right now, I'm put in morning meeting. And now I can add a location. Now here I have, if I go over to this calendar, I can click here and it gives me this location. So I can hit copy link And then I can go to location and add in location. For privacy's sake, I'm just going to add Classroom A. All right, so Classroom A is here. Now, I don't want to have to go in and add this every single Monday. Okay, so it says does not repeat here. It does repeat. So we're going to click here and we're going to go to click on does not repeat and go down to it's actually every weekday, Monday to Friday. And I have double checked on this calendar that that is true every weekday, Monday to Friday. So we are going to do that and we're going to hit save. So now you can see it just populated every weekday. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't add in any times. So let's go do that. So I can click on it. If I screw up, as we all want to do, I can go in here, click on it. I can click this little writing button, and then I can go in and add the times. Now I'm going to click on it once. It's going to highlight the whole thing. I click on it again. It doesn't. If you click on it again, it highlights the whole thing, and it can get annoying. So make sure that it's not all highlighted when you go in. I can't tell you how often that would just drive me nuts. So I'd go here, and then I'd click here, and then I'd click again and start typing, thinking I'd gotten it. I didn't. So 8:23. Make sure it says AM too, because I had it say PM accidentally one time, and then it was like the whole day. That's not what you want. So I'm going to hit save. Now I can save for this event. I don't want to save it for this event. I want to save it for this and all following events. So we're going to hit OK. And now I fixed that time. Okay. So the next is different. On Mondays, he has PE. You can see here, PE. So I'm going to go here, the next slot. I'm going to say PE. PE class. I'm going to put in my times. So my time is 8:25. Now, obviously, it'll be a lot simpler if you have like simpler times where it's not like not a whole half hour, but okay. So we have that PE class. It does repeat, but it doesn't repeat every day. It only repeats on Mondays. So I'm going to click does not repeat. We're going to go to weekly on Monday. Yay. And then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to copy the link so I can put in my location. Location is in gym. So this is all just for funsies. So we've got all of this. We're going to hit save. So now it should show, if I click the next week, yep, you're going to see it there. So it is there. Now on Tuesday, it's going to be small groups. So I can go over here and I can go over here and I can click, do a new one and add a new one. But because it's the exact same time, I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to, right click, you can change the color. I'm going to show you about that in a minute, but we're not going to do that right now. I'm going to click on it. Stop doing all the things. All right, so that's what happens when I'm working with a small screen here. All right, I'm going to click on it here. Regular click, not right click, left click. I'm going to go to options. I'm going to click on options and I'm going to click duplicate. Okay, so I've just duplicated this class. I am going to now say small group. So you can see my times have stayed the same, okay? But I don't want weekly on Monday. I want it on, let's see, I want it on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I don't have that option here. So I gotta go to custom. Custom gives me where I can deselect, can't deselect Monday if you haven't selected something else. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay, so here's the other thing you can do within this custom space. You can decide how long it's going to go for. If you have semesters where things change, you might want to go ahead and put in a date when it stops. We do have that, but I'm not going to bother with it because I know that it's going to mostly stay the same. For all I know, we won't be virtual later. We'll see. But I'm not going to bother doing this because once it changes, it's going to be fairly similar. So it'll be easier to have everything in there and just go in and modify the different ones that are already there than trying to create a whole new schedule. So I'm just going to say it never ends. Done. Okay, so now I have same dates, small groups, weekly on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. You can change the color here. So if you already know that you want it a particular color, like say I want it to be, the small groups are going to be like their standard color. I'm going to make them red. Tomato. This is tomato. So I'm going to hit save. We're going to wait a minute. Okay, so now you can see, look, there it is. And it's on the next week too. And the next week. Okay, so it's all there. The other thing I can go back up here and do is right click on this and say, I know I want it to be, I'm going to have PE be purple. I'm going to select this in all following events. And do that. Okay. So the other thing I can do is, you see I have this as an example. I can say this would, under the calendar I did for my son, this would be his name. And I can click on these 3 dots and I can choose what color I want it to be. He loves green, so I would make his calendar green. And now that's the main color. Whenever I put anything in, it's going to be green. Okay. So you will go in and put everything in with this same system. So I'm going to show you one more. And again, since I'm not doing a new time, I can click on this, left click, go to here, hit duplicate. And actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that with this one. I'm going to discard this because I know that PE and health are the same teacher and I know that they're the same location. So rather than doing a whole new thing, I'm going to actually go from here, click on here, options, duplicate. I'm going to make this health. And I'm going to change this to weekly. Oops, hold on. I'm going to change the date to Thursday. Okay, and now it's going to switch to weekly on Thursday. It's at the gym, so we're going to hit save. And I could have changed the color, but I didn't. But here, so now we have, you can actually make that go away. Now you can see that we have health class. And that'll be on every week. Health classes there. So with small groups, the other thing is I know that on, let's see, he's got math. So these next ones are going to be easy because it's this time, I put this time in and then I put that everything is math. You know, you can fast forward if you like, but I'm going to go ahead for those of you who this is new to, just to help out math class. So we're going to put in the time again. All right, see, you click again and it highlights the whole darn thing. Math class is 9:15 to 10:03. 10:03. Okay. So then I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get my location, classroom B. And obviously, because it's a Google Classroom, I'm going to copy and paste. And then I want to, math is going to be peacock. I love how it doesn't have normal colors. All right, so here it's going to be every weekday, Monday through Friday. Okay, so every weekday. And if you have particular notes, you can put them in here. We're not gonna do that, but like, I don't know, if you wanted to go into particular days that your child had things due on, you could put that in there. That might not be the best place. I would go with tasks, but we're not going to talk about tasks in this video. If you want me to talk about tasks, let me know and we can do that. But okay, so here's math class and it's everywhere. So that's how you would do it with every single one of these. Now, the other thing I noticed when I was going through here is, if you look, okay, so small groups are going to happen again on Monday at 10:05. So I'm going to click on this small group and I'm not edit. So we've got edit, delete, email, options. I'm going to click options, go to duplicate. And this will allow me to, okay, small group. Small group is also, if I click here, I can go to, on Mondays. So we're actually on Mondays. So I don't want to change that. Wait, are we on Mondays? No, we're not on Monday. Monday, 7 at see, that drives me nuts, but that's what it is. 10:05 a.m. to 10:53, and now why does this say Jim? Okay, whatever. If you were copying the, oh, I know what I did. Okay, so I copied Jim. You want to change the, make sure you change the location. The location is the important part. That's the whole reason we're doing this. So I'm going to show you how to fix that. If you find that you have done this sort of thing, you want to be able to fix it. So here, small groups are homeroom. We're going to say homeroom. You'll copy and paste whatever link it is here. I'm not copying and pasting the link for privacy, security stuff, but you can do that here. So small groups, if you're copying from the small group, it's already red, it's already the color, you just added the time. You're going to change it from, instead of weekly on those times, you're going to say weekly on Monday, and we're going to hit save. Ta-da! Okay, so I noticed that I'd screwed up on small groups. So I'm going to right click. You're going to regular click here. You're going to go to edit. See, I have the, and you can see, you put this, so this is home room. All right, so I'm going to hit save. Again, this and all following events. Okay. Ta-da! All right, so you'll see I fixed it here too. So all of them are fixed. So now I can go in and add in, if I'm going to add in the music. So he's got music class here. I'm going to click, dots, duplicate. Now this time I'm going to remember I need to put in the proper location. So room, music class, the time is correct. They are not meeting on Mondays. They are meeting on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm going to go over to Tuesday, put it in here, and click custom Tuesday, and I'm going to add Thursday. Hit done. And if he needs to bring anything, I have a son, so I'm saying he. If your child needs to bring anything, you could put that here so that it says when they need to arrive. The other thing I think you can add in if you want, I didn't, but I believe you can put in reminders. Yes, here, add notification. So you can click on add notification and give, I think it's an automatic 10-minute notification, but you can choose when that reminder pops up. I may go back in and actually give them a 5-minute reminder because these times are so wonky, but 5 minutes, given that they're at home and just clicking things, should be enough time. So I'm probably going to go in and shift everything to 5 minutes, but, and you can just do that by going like 5 minutes. All right, so save. And here you go. I didn't change the color, so So I'm going to right click and I'm going to make music, business following events, this color. Okay, so I'm going to go through and do that for all of them. And I'm going to put everything in. Okay, I will show you what that looks like in just a minute once everything is filled in. The other thing I'm going to do is show you how you share this calendar in just a minute. So give me 1 second. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so how do you share your calendar once you're done? You're going to go into your main menu here. It's main menu. You're going to go to the calendar you want to share and click on these 3 dots. When you click on these 3 dots, you're going to get to settings and sharing. So click on settings and sharing. And this is where, you have your calendar name, description, and all that fun stuff. And then you can choose permissions. So I don't want to share this to everybody. It's just, you can have a shareable link. You can add people. So if you're in your child's calendar, this is where you can add people. You can go in and add people, and you can add whoever you're going to add to it here. So you can add yourself here and send it to you. You may need to go into your own calendar and access a calendar, which is a little bit different, but that's where you can do that. Let me see if I can show you how to do it. So that's how you would add in there. Oh, right. So here, let me move this over because I can see myself. We're going to go out of settings for this calendar. I'm going to go down here. So here's where you can add other calendars. Subscribe to a calendar. So I'm going to show you this again. So I am in my section. This is all my calendars. So if I open things up, you can see like all the calendars. But you have a little plus sign, other calendars, add other calendars. So you can click subscribe to a calendar. So this is when you're in your thing. You can add in the email address of your child's calendar, and then you'll add in their calendar, but they have to share it with you first. So you're going to want to go into their calendar and share it to your email address, and then come in here under your account and add their calendar here so that it shows up on your options. Okay. So now I'm going to go in and show you what it looks like once you are done. Hang on 1 second. Okay. So this is my son's calendar all done. So this is what it looks like. I've added everything in. You can see, you can tell that there's a link here to Meet, to go to the Google Meet. And so this will pop up at each time when he is supposed to change where he is supposed to be. So he has all of that, and you'll see if no matter what week I go to, it is the same. So you can add everything in, and if you want, one of the things you can do here is if you want even more self-sufficiency, you have certain lunches available, certain days. You can go in here and add in. So I can go into lunch, and I can add in under description what things are available. And I can either, like say I have, you can make yourself turkey. I can't spell turkey. Turkey. PB&J. Whatever options there are, and hit save. And then you can decide if you want to put this in all following events. So maybe this is what is available to you up until this point, and then at the end of the week, you go in and you change that because you went shopping, and so then you have certain things. If that's something that you wanted to do, you can totally do that. I'm not doing that, but I wanted to show you that you have the option for those kinds of fun little things. All right, so I hope this was helpful. If you have questions, definitely let me know. I'm happy to go in here and show you anything else that I can about how to work these systems just to keep it simple. Sometimes it can feel more complicated to simplify than just doing like the next things. But trust me, giving yourself like half an hour to put all this stuff in will make it easier for your child, will make it easier for you, because everything is right there in one place and they don't have to click around to the different classes to find the different things. It's just much easier to find where they need to be. Keeping track of assignments is a whole nother thing, but this hopefully will at least help you get started and moving. And like I said, if you have questions or if there's anything that I can do to be of support, let me know. I am happy to do what I can for my fellow parents who are going through this rather crazy time all together. So, all right. Well, I wish you the very best. Take care.